generally has a bit of a lead, so I think I'm gonna side with GEEK on this one.
Well, Land of Dawn, here we go. Well, do you agree with Arashi? Do you like GEEK's composition better, or do you have other opinions here as we again enter the Land of Dawn, witnessing Game 2 here, Mirko?
I agree. You know why?
Why?
Melissa. There you go.
Just Melissa.
There you go.
Okay, we'll have to see if he's using the skin, right? If he's using the Melissa skin.
I think he should use the skin.
Well, skins get wins. That's definitely a factor here, but already in the mid lane, we already expect this, right? A lot of contest in the pressure, but with a Grok in the jungle, this means that Sullyboy can just interfere with the lanes, with the lane and the pushes. So maybe Alter Ego will have a better time trying to just out-rotate GEEK SLATE. But of course, we'll have to see if they try and be reactive. And right on cue, man, is the Mobile Legends X Jujutsu Kaisen skin that's being used by Chidera right here.
It's up and available in-game as well. Check it out. And if you don't have all the skins, Mirko is going to punish you.
No, you just need to get the Nobara skin.
Okay.
The best girl you're seeing on screen right now. And
the Gojo skin.
Honestly, here... Okay, nerd. Anyways, here, I'm joking. Every skin is amazing, honestly, for the MLBB X Jujutsu Kaisen. But speaking of this matchup, Arashi, it's so good for the Melissa because of that poke, right? The thing is, the carry can't really do much in this position. In the bottom side, though, you can already see a maneuver here with the winning side from Alter Ego. They understand it, and they're already utilizing it better.
In the early game, without the sustain coming in from the Bloodlust Axe, Luke is going to struggle so hard, especially before the ultimates is even ready. So he, without the flicker now, is very, very vulnerable. And you can see that he just adjusts accordingly. So GEEK SLATE being suppressed a bit more, but like you mentioned, in that gold lane, Chidera will be able to dictate what's going on, unless on the other side, Pi will be able to make a play.
Split, bringing Janna away. Sullyboy on the turtle for now as Luke and Beloy tries their best to distract right now. It's a 50-50. Beloy again finds the first turtle. It's deja vu to game number 1. They even pick up the kill just like game 1.
What is going on? What is this guy on? Luke, again with the steal. GEEK SLATE, same story as game 1. They won that first turtle, and there you go. GEEK SLATE with the early momentum. But take a look at the talents prediction. It's all GEEK except Ranger and Mouse.
Wow, he's a true believer, so we'll see if it pays off. We've seen this before when he's the only one getting on the other team. But now, Rossi will try and make a play here. Chidera is in a difficult spot.
That's the Melissa dead. No go away. Very aggressive. Too aggressive. Not respecting the Kadita kill pressure. And again, it's Alter Ego back equal on the board. Remember, Melissa is a winning lane, but Melissa is a very vulnerable target to any sort of dive if she doesn't have that go away. Good play by Beloy and Janna, though. They're trying their best to just stop this from happening. The punish from Alter Ego from shoving that wave in. Beloy is just holding that entire wave for Chidera.
Again here, GEEK SLATE, they are trying to regain their momentum, trying still to control the game, but take a look at mid-side.
Real World Inflation, lock in Sullyboy, taunt as well. Janna looking for the Appraiser's Rat, just a few more hits, but Sullyboy uses the Retribution, gets out, and even picks up the lethal.
Sullyboy just performing on these fighters, but look at the player gold by UBS Gold with Chidera dominating on top and Nino following not far behind. I think the gold lane is just so critical, and Chidera is showing that he has a bit of a lead, but at this point, I feel like they need to try and extend that lead even further and maybe gank the lane a bit more. They have some wave control to try and dictate the pace, unless...
Wow, beautiful play there. The wild charge into the wall. Sullyboy with the engage, and I think this is how it works. Rossi, a bit more reactive as a roamer. If you have an initiator on your team, Rossi can just follow up.
Now let's see the setup again. The second neutral objective. Who will grab it for V3?
It's still the turtle getting poked down. GEEK SLATE on the top side now. Pi rotating as well. Beloy with Divine Judgment, going for it, is able to lock Sullyboy in place as that's the go-away place as well. Pi cannot dive in the back line as this is going to be isolated amongst these members. A boy has rotated back in. The team fight might look good for the side of GEEK SLATE as they're looking for it. That's the RWM locking him in place as Pi gets taken down by Luke. It's GEEK SLATE with the gold lead once again.
Not a good start for Alter Ego here, Arashi. Pi rotated from the bot side for that turtle assist, but he gets taken down 0-0. What do you think that they can do to turn the game around?
They have to try and be more coordinated in these fights, man, because they got just split apart completely by Geek and their dive potential there. Now they go for a play onto Beloyski. It might not be enough, so Beloyski will be able to survive. And Alter Ego, they're just trying to grasp at the straws here, try and find a winning play, but Geek Slate is not giving them any at all.
Definitely not. It's going to be tough. Again, for Geek Slate, they have the go away. If Chidera utilizes that properly, all the dive that Alter Ego have, the catch potential, is basically gone, Donnie.
Okay, let's see. A play here. Will they commit to this?
Janna still very healthy here, but that's a lot of damage placed in. Janna, with the help of Luke, it's actually the Bravest Fighter popped in. Celiboy is going to be the target here as Rossi rotates back. 2v4, they're still surviving somehow, buying so much time for the team. And yes, it's a 2-for-0 for Alter Ego, but the topside turret has been taken down. Players can respawn, but turrets will not.
I don't know about that.
Would that be enough? Because Geek Slate were ahead in gold, and now they actually gave up 2 kills for no real reason, right? So they did trade an objective because of those 2 kills, but you have to question how worth it is, considering that they're the ones dictating the action here. They're the ones that can engage the fights first, instead of Alter Ego just going for the fights. But on that note, like you mentioned, Mirko, Rossi not really engaging too often in the first place. I guess that's where Celiboy on the fighter with a killer instinct comes in, right? He initiates the fights first, and then Rossi can be more adaptive, a bit more reactive how he wants to play it out. But Geek now, with a window of opportunity, goes for the turtle, gets it without any contest.
Yeah, again, I guess a similar story from Game 2. But take a look at Nino here, bot side. Finally, Alter Ego, they gain some sort of a compensation. Sure, Geek Slate still with 1,000 gold lead, but Alter Ego Esports, they are still fairly behind here. Gladly, thankfully, they got that 2 kills earlier. But without that, I mean, even with that, Geek Slate is still in control.
You can still see that Beloy is looking for something here. And if you guys are looking for the exclusive UBS Gold merchandise, you can look no further than their official website. So check it out. But now you can see that Geek is waiting for a chance. And the boy also has that Ice Queen's wand right here to try and ensure they can get a catch.
Bravest Fighter, Beloy flickering in. Doesn't want a Divine Judgment, a bit too late, but the barrier locks them in place. A beautiful play by Celiboy to even up the odds once again. Wow, that barrier beautifully placed to stop the Divine Judgment flicker combo from Beloy.
Wow, again, a very smart play. Last 2 exchanges, actually, Alter Ego Esports won that trade. So, Kadira now, is she activated here?
Well, that fight was just a bit weird for Geek Slate. We talked about how everything seems so calculated, so planned out, but even the timing of the flicker, right? There was a bit of a delay from the first flicker and the second, so it seems like it was a bit of a spontaneous play. And Alter Ego now, with the pressure, they're going to go for Luke, but he will try and fight back.
Good maneuvers here to get out of that Breath of the Ocean. Now with some reinforcements, they will be able to clear out the wave. Top side as well, you can already see the Melissa pushing that wave. They're already looking for some things on the map, getting more pressure here, noticing that Alter Ego are going to have to rotate back into the mid lane. They are trying to cut Alter Ego's rotation off with the siege in the mid lane. RWM as well. Pi going to be suppressed and taken down. Janna picks up that kill. Chidera sieging the turret down. Good response in the back line. Rossi with the Breath of the Ocean, but a boy with a beautiful Purify gets out. Here, Luke jumping in with Bravest Fighter now. Onto Rossi. Might be able to punish him. Rossi, no rough ways, but has the oddity. Gets out in time. Luke baited in, and Nino picks up the kill back. Geek Slate looking for the Lord now, already at half HP. This might be it. It's going to be a 50-50. Celiboy going to be knocked up. Chidera dealing the damage right now as he jumps in with the puppet as well. The go-away plays down. Celiboy is out. Janna picks up the retry, and Chidera is massive. He jumps back in. Another jump, but Nino picks up the kill. It's still Geek Slate with a massive advantage though.
Wow, the Nerds here is back in town, and now with their momentum lead, Geek Slate, they are trying to push the waves. Celiboy down, Alter Ego Esports. What happened to Rashi?
Both teams just taking so many risks right there. Alter Ego, I guess they thought that they have the numbers advantage, but they didn't count on the fact that Chidera is absolutely massive, and with that Inspire, he was able to dish out so much damage, and Celiboy, being the main engage tool, being the guy in front, this is where it just bites Alter Ego in the back, right? They just weren't expecting that much of damage, and with Boy taking so low, there was no chance at all for them to contest that Lord. And now, with the Lord coming in, this is the same situation, deja vu from game number 1.
Defensive wild charge, exactly deja vu. Rossi in the back line is not able to find anything right now, as that's a very interesting move by Beloy. Flicker Divine Judgment, Rossi even able to escape with the oddity once again. Tier 2 in the top side though, gonna be taken down as the RWM finds Pi and Nino, forcing them to back away, dealing enough damage to poke them away from the base turret as well. Now Chidera with a siege, a taunt down onto Udil as Janna takes his place in the enemy base. Rossi has the Petrify. This might be the chance to go in, and that's exactly what they go for, but the Petrify will not connect. Chidera with a go away, stopping the entire dive from happening, even dealing damage onto the other members as the Praise's Wrath comes down. Pi with a split. Alter Ego still with the force. That's a barrier place, but Boy has to use the defensive wild charge again. It's always utilized defensively. Rossi in the bush, jumping in for the wave.
My goodness, Geek Slate, nothing can stop them at this point. 4,000 gold lead, and the pressure that they're maintaining is very crazy here, Arashi.
Waves are coming in, they're still going for more base turrets here. That's the one in the mid lane taken away, and they're still going for more. Udil taken very low, and they might just go for the bottom one as well here. The waves is still going slowly but surely towards Alter Ego. And even if Alter Ego was able to punish the initial mistake from Geek Slate, Beloyski going in and getting punished under the base turret, Geek Slate adjusts and they were able to just bait out because they have the solutions to the dive comp from Alter Ego. That go away was just so massive from Chidera.
That was huge, Mirko. I mean, Geek Slate taking 2 base turrets down. And again, things are not looking good for Alter Ego Esports. Remember what's at stake here, folks. Geek Slate and Alter Ego Esports 6th and 7th place, so both teams desperately need to win to secure that playoff spot. And Geek Slate, with the momentum from game 1, it seems like they are still able to bring that momentum. Same momentum in game 2. Will this be 2-0? It seems like so. Let's see, with this Lord push, what will we see here, Rashi?
Alter Ego needs to try and allow Nino a chance to actually play the game. He is 4-1, but we have yet to see his damage coming in the big, massive team fight. So they have to try and position properly, and this might be the chance they need. Lu goes in and gets taken out.
There you go. That's the damage, the isolation from Alter Ego, but now Beloy jumps in with the Divine Judgment, taking Boy out, but that's still Janna, who finds the retreat this game unstoppable. Chidera backing off. Beloy now trying to zone the other members away as he flickers back to the team, as Chidera now deals damage onto Pi. Beloy is still mounted, and he will take all that damage and place it back onto Beloy. It's 2-0, but Geek Slate were able to secure the Lord, and their backline members are still alive. Look at Chidera also still having the go away.
Geek Slate caught snoozing their Alter Ego Esports. They were finally seen and synced, and with Luke taken down early, it's not going to be a very good fight, but let's see the defense here.
Let's see. A boy is trying to poke them down. It doesn't feel like Geek Slate can really force this with a 2-man disadvantage. Luke has just now rejoined the team, and look at where Beloy is, still super far from the team. They will be able to try to force this bottom side base turret. A boy though, still no real engagement for the side of Alter Ego. They did not decide to commit on to a boy. Boy's super low. He does have that RWM, and Geek Slate will try their best to siege down below once again. Janna has been poked down. Silly Boy going to be caught in the real world inflation, as that's going to be Beloy who gets chunked down, melted away. This might just be a mistake. Luke going to be mounted right here, brought back, but the bravest fighter gets a mount. Nino free hitting, and like you said, Arashi, they're isolating perfectly, getting the proper spaces to give Nino the opportunity to deal damage.
This is a weird situation for Geek Slate, man. They're just winning so decisively, yet they kept going for these 50-50 plays. Even in that previous Lord fight, I don't really see the real reason for Luke to sacrifice his life like that, because sometimes it's necessary, but there, he can just wait until the fight actually breaks out to go in and, in a way, buy more time and perhaps even survive that situation. And yet again, they were splitting apart, not S5, even though they have the advantage, and they get picked off one by one, because Alter Ego Esports, if they can just shred your opponents one by one, that is exactly what carry in the hands of Nino is good for. So I think they have to fight S5 together and try and take advantage of the combo or of the initial initiation, because if they get chased down like that, it's going to be a tough situation.
Divine Judgment brings Saliboy back, but that's the wild charge again. On towards Beloy. Now Luke with Raven's Fighters. That's going to be a proper front to back. The stun connecting on the Saliboy. The taunt as well. Chidera on the back, dealing free hitting onto the members of Alter Ego. Nino does the same thing, but won't be able to do the same amount of damage. It's still the puppets doing so much. Nino with nature now. The Breath of the Ocean is able to disengage Beloy.
Oh!
Jumping, flickering in, not finding the Divine Judgment. Beloy's going to be taken down by Nino with a fadeaway play. GEEK SLATE, so looking for more. It's a 2-for-1. A roamer traded in for the XP and jungler. GEEK SLATE takes the stub and will be able to capitalize on the enemy jungle.
Alter Ego Esports, a slight misjudgment there, overcommitting, trying to find a fight, but again, GEEK SLATE, they were caught snoozing earlier with that sacrificial Luke play. But now they are in sync. They won't be caught snoozing again. And take a look at this. Potentially the last Lord push. Alter Ego Esports with their comp here, Arashi. Do you think they can defend?
Ooh. Defending against a Melissa and a Yves, that is so much range. And keep in mind, look at the items right here. That is a lot of damage. A full build Yves on a boy. And keep in mind, with a Divine Glaive, all these magic defense being built up by Alter Ego can be penetrated as well. And even then, Beloyski can still take an advantage, take a moment to try and grab someone out of position. So Alter Ego have all the cards stacked against them. They can still come out on top. We've seen it happen before, but they have to try and do something extraordinary as GEEK SLATE. They're just sticking S5. They have identified their win conditions right here, and they're going to abuse this range coming in from a boy for sure. It was massive in the previous fight, slowing down everyone, doing a lot of poke damage, and now with the Lord in particular, is only going to get worse for Alter Ego unless they pull the trigger first.
Let's see what they do, how they respond to this play. Again, Chidera is going to be free hitting in the back line right now as the RWM gets placed. Rossi looking for the re-engage, but the Purify is ready. Pi now mounting Lupa is going to be brought back to the team. Pi all alone, isolated. Even the Divine Judgment now connecting on the Saliboy, but it's a well-timed wild charge. Nino free hitting. Jana still surviving right now is in the back line. You see Chidera dealing the damage, taking Udil down, but a Winter Truncheon will buy a little bit more time. Chidera taking Udil down. Once again, Saliboy trying to be in the midst of it all, going to be able to try to soak in as much damage as possible, but Chidera finds a double. He's looking for a triple as Pi jumps in, but he only will be slain, and the base was wide open the entire time. GEEK SLATE have climbed up. They took a dub against Alter Ego. Clean sweep.
A very good execution from the Geeks. And 2-0, Alter Ego Esports will have to suffer another defeat. 1-4 record now. Things are looking shaky for the Green Masks.
They were able to withstand the pressure of GEEK SLATE all the way to the late game, but in the end, the range, the AoE is just too much, and they would try their best, man. They were able to ensure that Nino at least does not get picked off in the first, inklings of the fight, but it wasn't enough, man. GEEK SLATE, they just know what they need to do, and they come out a lot stronger, and they look very impressive in this match. It's back to the drawing board for Alter Ego. They are going to be forced to stay in the red zone.
They are going to stay in that red zone, ladies and gentlemen. And the battle between the two teams that has the white, black, and red for leg one will be the victor.